Hey, what's going on, chess lovers? This is Maurice Bishop Chess. See, I know my slogan, life is a game of chess. Hey, I got a beautiful, beautiful game that I actually want to share with y'all. I know a lot of y'all see me play, the Black Line and the L-Shot system, and a whole bunch of other openings. I do have an opening that I normally do play. I play every now and then. It's the Icelandic Gambit or Scandinavian Gambit. Whatever y'all want to call it. I actually played this and I actually beat this opponent in like 17 moves. It's definitely a very, very beautiful game. So without further ado, let's actually get started. Obviously, I played as black. My opponent played as white. He plays e4, d5, e captures d5, and then knight f6. d4, and then bishop g4. Now, a lot of the games that I, or at least with the Scandinavian Gambit, I actually showed y'all one of the games where opponent plays f3 and bishop f5 and c4 and then, e6. So I actually showed a game with that. And if y'all want to look back at that variation, y'all can actually go on my playlist. I do have the Scandinavian playlist on there, so y'all can actually check that out. And I believe I did a live game with this as well. You just have to go back to the playlist or the live blitz game playlist as well. Alright, so but in this case, guys, after bishop g4, my opponent played bishop e2, and I just go bishop catches e2. This is actually all book. I actually read the Smirnov, a book by Smirnov. I can't think of the whole book, but I will put that in the description box below. It's definitely an awesome book. I still read it, so you can definitely check that out. But I will put that in the description box below. My opponent plays knight catches e2. Normally, I've seen queen catches e2, but in this case, he decides to go knight catches e2, and most likely he's going to castle kingside. I go queen captures d5, he castles, I go knight c6. b3 is played, where white wants to develop his bishop on b2 to support the pawn on d4. So I actually decide to just castle queenside. c4 is played, grabbing the center. Maybe he wants to go pawn d5 on the next move, maybe. But that actually wouldn't be ideal. After I go queen f5, my opponent played bishop e2. Obviously, guys, you don't want to go e5 due to d5, and even though after the move e5 and he goes d5, you pretty much activate his dark square bishop, and that's not something that you want to do. And honestly, and I think I played something like this before, but I didn't really get good results with it. So instead, I just played e6. And I think the engine also recommends e6 as well. So knight d2, which is what he played, and I played a6. And I played a6 just, like I said, just in case, to give me some breathing room. And then also, guys, I also remember, playing a lot of these games where I find myself where my opponent may get me in a back rank mate. So I wanted to have an escape route. So this is kind of like a future move, or just pretty much prepping for that move. All right. So he goes knight f3. I go a5. The whole point of h5, guys, is I want to do a pawn storm, maybe g5, h4. G5, H4, and then maybe G4 just to get an attack going, and then eventually bring my bishop out to D6. This is one of my ideas. So yeah, so H5, knight G3, and I go queen G6. All right. For all y'all that might be wondering, well, what happens if he goes knight H4? It doesn't really matter, because then I still have queen H7. And it's not like the knight could go f5 because the pawn is on e6. And, and then also I could still threaten on with g5 as well if I want to. Alright. And I wouldn't have to worry about the d5 because it's not like he can take the knight because my rook is still here. so it still doesn't matter. Alright, so after queen g6, my opponent plays queen e2. I immediately just go h4, kicking the knight out the way. And obviously, guys, as you can see in this position, the knight really has no other best moves to go to, because obviously any move that he goes to, he'll lose a piece, except for the knight h1, which is where he goes. So if you look at this position, as you can see, white's position, white is pretty much cramped up. And now this white knight is pretty much inactive now, because it's not like he could go back to g3 because my opponent is on h4 and he would take the knight. So he's definitely very, very cramped up right now. All right. So it almost seems as though, like, because he's cranked up, even though I'm not up a piece, but I will consider this as me being up a piece due to the fact that this knight is not in the game and he's all the way in the back. All right, because he can't move anywhere. So I played knight h5. I played knight a5 in this. Now you're probably wondering why. You know, why I'm giving up this point. Well, like I told y'all before, the reason why I want him to take this, because again, I could still go back to queen h7, where, you know, I have the open h file, which is very, very dangerous. You know, very, very, very dangerous. You know, even if he decides to go back, I do have threats like knight g5. Even if he decides to come here, I still have g5. And it's not like he could take the pawn, because again, guys, this would be checkmate. So this wouldn't help him out at all. Alright. But the whole purpose of trying to give up that pawn is just to have that open h file, which is very, very dangerous, especially, you know, with the bishop getting on this diagonal, which can also become very deadly, or maybe bishop e7. But I'm just saying after my queen is on h7. Alright. Alright, so after knight h5, my opponent does go knight e5. So I'm going to let y'all think about this position. I want y'all to really look at this. What move did I play? What is the best move for black to play? This is a very, 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 very awesome move, guys. If you see this, man, your tactics is getting very, very better, guys, for real. And it's just a very, very, very slick move. If y'all want to pause the video, y'all can pause the video, and you know, I give y'all 5 seconds to try to figure it out. Alright, guys, so if y'all think that the move is knight catches e5, that is not the move. There is actually a better move. The move that I played in this position is knight f4. Knight f4, pretty slick, ain't it? Alright, so I played knight f4. Obviously, guys, if the knight actually takes the queen, then knight catches e2 is checkmate. Alright. So obviously my opponent sees that. He goes queen f3. But there's something else. Like, how do I... This game is already over. How do I end this game now? What do black do? And I kind of already gave y'all... the answer in the beginning, though, if y'all know. So like I said, y'all can pause the video if y'all don't see it right away. I'll give y'all 5 seconds. Alright, so the winning move, guys, is actually queen captures g2 check. You're probably like, okay, that's not checkmate because the queen could take. However, though, the queen is out the way, and because this knight is next to the king, this king is nowhere for the king to go. So now knight e2 is checkmate. A very, very beautiful smothers mate, yo. And I know y'all so used to seeing, you know, with the rook or whatever, you know, having to sack the queen, and then a rook takes, and then knight e2. But in this position, you know, this was very, very or this was a position involving with the queen. which was very slick. So definitely remember that mating pattern, guys. Definitely remember that though. But this is very, very nasty. And this was like 17 moves, guys. Alright. So definitely remember that. Alright. So guys, I hope you actually enjoyed this video. If you liked it, guys, make sure you like, share, comment. Also, guys, if there's any other videos that you want me to make, definitely comment below, and I'll be happy to do it. And till then, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Alright, guys. Peace.